Our brains are remarkable organs. We often think of them as static, fixed entities, much like computers with hardwired circuits. However, this is far from the truth. Our brains possess an astonishing ability to change and adapt throughout our lives, a phenomenon known as brain plasticity. Imagine the brain as a dense forest, with billions of neurons interconnected like a vast network of pathways. Now picture these pathways constantly changing, sprouting new connections, and rerouting themselves in response to our experiences. This dynamic process is the essence of brain plasticity. Brain plasticity is not just a scientific curiosity. It's the foundation of our ability to learn, remember, and recover from injuries. It allows us to adapt to new environments, acquire new skills, and even overcome neurological challenges. This remarkable ability of the brain to change itself is a testament to its resilience and its infinite potential. As we delve deeper into the world of brain plasticity, we will uncover the mechanisms behind this extraordinary phenomenon and explore its profound implications for our lives. Prepare to be amazed by the brain's ability to adapt, evolve, and redefine its own limits. Brain plasticity, also known as neuroplasticity, refers to the brain's ability to modify its structure and function in response to experiences. This concept revolutionized our understanding of the brain, shifting away from the long-held belief that it was a rigid organ after a certain age. For centuries, scientists believed that the brain structure was fixed after childhood. However, groundbreaking research in the latter half of the 20th century shattered this dogma, revealing that the brain is far more malleable than previously thought. This paradigm shift has profound implications for our understanding of learning, memory, and recovery. Brain plasticity is not a single process, but rather a complex interplay of cellular and molecular mechanisms that allow the brain to rewire itself. These changes can occur at various levels, from the strengthening or weakening of connections between neurons to the formation of entirely new neural pathways. This remarkable ability of the brain to remodel itself is not limited to any particular age or stage of life. While it's true that brain plasticity is more pronounced during childhood, it continues throughout adulthood, albeit at a slower pace. This means that we are all capable of learning new things, adapting to new situations, and even recovering from brain injuries throughout our lives. Structural plasticity refers to the brain's ability to physically change its structure in response to experiences. Imagine the brain as a dynamic city, with neurons as its buildings and synapses, the connections between them as its roads. Structural plasticity is like the city's ability to construct new buildings, demolish old ones, and reroute roads to adapt to the changing needs of its inhabitants. One of the most striking examples of structural plasticity is the growth of new neurons, a process known as neurogenesis. For a long time, it was believed that neurogenesis ceased after birth. However, we now know that new neurons can be generated in certain brain regions throughout life, particularly in the hippocampus, a region crucial for learning and memory. Exercise, environmental enrichment, and even learning new skills have been shown to promote neurogenesis. On the other hand, stress, sleep deprivation, and certain medical conditions can hinder this process. This highlights the importance of a healthy lifestyle in maintaining brain health and promoting structural plasticity. Structural plasticity also involves changes in the connections between neurons, known as synapses. These connections can be strengthened or weakened, and new synapses can form in response to experiences. For example, learning a new language can lead to an increase in the density of synapses in language-related brain regions. This ability of the brain to rewire itself by altering its physical structure is a testament to its remarkable capacity for change. It underscores the fact that our brains are not static entities, but rather dynamic organs that are constantly adapting to the world around us. Functional plasticity, on the other hand, refers to the brain's ability to change how its circuits operate. If structural plasticity is like changing the city's infrastructure, functional plasticity is like optimizing the traffic flow within that infrastructure. It's about how efficiently different brain areas communicate and work together. A key player in functional plasticity is the strengthening or weakening of synapses, the connections between neurons. When we learn something new or repeatedly engage in an activity, the synapses involved in that activity become stronger. This strengthening makes it easier for signals to travel between those neurons, making the neural pathway more efficient. Conversely, when we stop using certain neural pathways, the synapses weaken and the connections become less efficient. This process, known as synaptic pruning, helps to eliminate unused connections, making the brain more efficient overall. Functional plasticity also involves the brain's ability to reassign roles to different areas. For example, if one area of the brain is damaged, other areas can sometimes take over the functions of the damaged area. This remarkable ability of the brain to compensate for damage highlights its incredible resilience. Imagine a city rerouting traffic after a road closure or a power grid redirecting energy after an outage. Functional plasticity allows the brain to make these kinds of dynamic adjustments, ensuring that it can continue to operate effectively even in the face of challenges.